good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, make sure you hit the likes, comment, subscribe. Notification bell on and lit. Let's get it. We're gonna start off with the Jubilee video. I haven't did one in a while, so I decided to just go ahead and do this one. This one caught my eye because it actually teaches in a little bit about honesty from a different perspective. Meaning they're talking about if the exes were 100%. So we're about to go ahead and jump into this and see exactly what everybody's talking about. So let's get it.
You might have been depressed because you moved away, and I understand that.
And you didn't bother to be there for me or ask me if I was okay at all.
I did all the time. You didn't.
No, you were always just like nagging me to do things.
Hello, and welcome to Split Decision. I'm your host, Kat Takahashi, and today we brought 4 ex-couples to the studio. Some of these couples are reuniting for the first time. Some are still seeking closure.
That is a lie.
And some may still be in love.
I really just want to be with you.
You're about to face some of the toughest, most intimate questions you've ever been asked. You guys ready?
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. The first prompt is, I will miss having sex with my ex. Make your split decision in 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and turn around.
Ooh, most of everybody say yes.
Dane, you say yes, but Luna, you say no, I will not miss having sex with my ex. Why is that?
I just haven't really felt any sexual urges for anyone for a while, so it's not just him in particular. It's just not something that's been on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm. Dane.
I mean, yeah, I totally would love to.
This is like a secret weapon. It's Arcade by
man.
Output, one of the greatest plugins that I've ever used. A lot of
But, you know, I'm just gonna have to move on from that.
How does it feel knowing that she's stepping on the no right there?
Oh, it's no biggie, you know.
Okay. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've been trying.
You've been trying to get it, and you've been trying to get the pain.
Ray, you're no, but Mia, you're yes. So Mia, I'd love to hear more.
Whoa,
I feel like
that's
the
a
sex
different.
was cool for
Oh,
the
never
time
mind.
and I enjoyed it. But I feel like if we were to try to revisit it now, it would be weird just on like an emotional level. But like the sex was good physically.
Yeah,
Ray,
female
why
too?
are you
two
on no?
females.
The sex was
Oh,
better
she
for
on
Mia than it was for me, just because of the dynamic that we had specifically. It was more focused on what she wanted than what I wanted.
What was it that you wanted that you weren't really getting?
I'm a top.
I'm also a top.
Yeah, so that's like what
Oh.
that's the conversation we're having here. Like I enjoy topping like a lot. And
Okay.
so like I was like switching to accommodate and you were not as much.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be
Okay.
frank, I wanted to strap her more than she wanted to be strapped. That's what's happening.
Crazy that you said that verbally.
Yeah.
I'm Mia, and I'm 23.
My name is Ray Pfizer. I'm 25. We dated for 2 years. We weren't compatible.
Yeah.
But y'all try to make it work.
Priscilla, Victor, you both say yes.
I think we had a really good sex life. I'd only ever been with one other person before him. So when we got together, I was really given the space to like explore like sexuality in the room and new things.
Okay.
And it was just like a very safe and fun space. For me, I'm super into like
Got
the
that ass.
BDSM world.
Okay.
So getting
Tossed
to like
and everything,
finally
that's what
explore
happened.
that after like just reading about it for so long
Okay.
was very fun for me.
1 out of 10.
Yeah,
How was
yeah.
the experience?
I was a 10.
How's it for you, Victor?
10.
You better say 10.
Yeah.
Ray, how about you?
better
1 to
say
10,
10.
how would you rate sex with Mia?
It's like a 6.
A
Ooh.
6.
Yeah, it's like not bad sex. That's all I can really say. You got what you wanted a lot more than I did.
Jen, what attracted you both together?
So I actually, he's not my type at all.
Oh, they both yes.
So then, yeah, so it was only after that he grew on me, then I was like, I do like taller, bigger guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so then now he's very attractive to me.
How about for you?
Yeah, it's like same thing. We started as best friends, and then so I never got attracted to her whatsoever. And then it just grew. You know, it's that love, that bond that we had.
Okay.
We were
okay. That's
together
weird.
for 8 years.
Ooh.
And we broke
8
up
years.
about 3 years ago. We broke up because of trust issues and respect issues for each other and communication.
Okay, the next prompt is, my family and friends thought I could do better. Make your split decisions in 3, 2,
Oh, they're
1.
gonna be a bunch of yes and no's. There's some no's.
Go ahead and turn around.
And woo.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting, okay. Luna, you say, yes, your friends and family thought you could do better. Tell us more.
My family liked Dane. It was more so my friends knowing of situations that we had been through.
Do you have an example?
So, you remember New Year's Eve in New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was pretty
What happened?
angry.
What happened?
We went to a show and we came back and I had said something that upset him. He kind of threw a fit and he just walked out the door, and I ended up spending New Year's alone that night at my friend's house because everybody else was off doing stuff. So I was just kind of crying in the bed by myself and had no idea where he went just because of a small argument that had ensued earlier.
Okay, and then, so your friends know about that kind of stuff.
It, made them think less of him for sure.
I was not the best on that New Year's, and I am very aware that her friends weren't too fond of me after that, for sure. And that was just like getting close to the end of our relationship. But my friends and family really liked Luna, you know.
Not all of them liked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So Ray, your friends and family thought
Okay.
you could do better?
Yes. You never really met any of my family.
Damn,
but
both
all
of them
my
say
friends
yes.
think that you took advantage of me and like didn't appreciate all the things that I did for you. They also
What?
found out about the PowerPoint that you made about my red flags after our first date.
That's so funny.
Isn't it hilarious?
The PowerPoint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she made a
A
PowerPoint,
PowerPoint
of my
present-
red flags after our first date, and she went through it with her friends. And then
We were drunk.
eventually I found out that
Okay. Look. Let me put this up. I need y'all to be around to do some schoolwork when y'all get drunk. 'Cause who does a fucking PowerPoint presentation on red flags? Who does that? Like, that's a new one for me. Like, who does a PowerPoint presentation? Really? On red flags or your relationship? Y'all take a couple of shots and come on over here and do some work for me, some school work for me or something, college work, cause wow, that's the first time I ever been hearing that at all.
I like told my friends like, haha, and they were like, hey, that's actually not okay. So
Mia, why did you say yes?
The way that you would speak to me sometimes like wasn't okay. Like you almost had like no filter to a point where you were just like being mean to me all the time.
yeah, that's
And I
fair.
was like, damn, this sucks. Like I love you.
Yeah, that's
you know?
my fault. My bad. Grew up in a crazy household.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
sorry.
I think you were just like working through some stuff, and my friends just like saw how that affected me. But they love you now.
The next prompt
They
is,
love you now.
I cheated on my ex. Make your split decisions
Oh, there's
in
gonna be
3,
some yeses
2,
on this.
1.
I know it's gonna be a few
Here's how I
risks.
got automated transcripts and summaries for every lecture I attend. It's called Otter AI, and it's
No. What?
Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Oh shit.
Jen, you're on yes.
Yeah. So we were just really young. We dated since high school. We realized that we had very different love languages. And then I was just always constantly searching that in other people. But yeah, like I messed up. And then I hurt him a lot because I'm also his first girlfriend and everything. And so like everything like really came crashing down hard after.
How did you find out?
It was like a friend that we hung out with in a group for I think like about 3
fucked
years
the
or
friend?
so. She talked to him and he talked to her behind my back. So then the girl that was with that guy at that time, I found out from her because she sent me messages
Okay.
that
Yeah,
they
you
deleted
fucked the friend.
from each other. So it hurt. Like
Yeah, that shit
really,
hurt,
really
man.
bad because I'm a guy of respect, and then that's kind of disrespecting me.
And you were in love with her?
Yeah, I was. I mean, she was my first, and then I thought she was my last too.
What was it that made you want to cheat on him?
I don't know, like I always told him, like when we started being together, I was like, I hate cheaters because I got cheated on before too.
And
I
you
think it
end
was
up being
just
the damn
more
cheater.
environmental factors,
Ain't that
like how
some
I
bitch?
am with my family. Like I'm just like this perfect person. And then I think I always wanted to like self-destruct, self-sabotage. But he was like literally everything I ever had. Like he was the best person, like best boyfriend. He treated me right.
Of course.
Like, our love language
That's
was
how it
very
always
different.
goes.
But like, I mean, he loved me, and I.
Well, that's always the good guys that always get fucked over. You know, it's always been that way. Good guys always get fucked over so bad. You know, I mean, way back in the day, like way back, like yeah, I can say decades ago. Yeah, that happened to me. It happened to me at one time. You know, but you know, like I said, I was as nice as I can be. I can give you the nicest compliments. I can be the nicest guy there is. I can be that guy for you. But it happened. You know, it came and went. I don't even care no more. But it just proves my point. Nice guys always get fucked over for some reason.
I know that.
Not saying all the time. Throw that out there. Not saying all the time, but most of the time, sometimes it actually happens.
He loved me, but then I don't know what happened, and I like that's my biggest regret.
After the cheating, I tried to make it work, you know, but it was still in my mind, in the back of my mind. The trust was gone.
Is there a chance?
I mean, there's always a possibility.
The next prompt is,
Yeah,
since
it's a
our
chance.
separation, I've
You
been
want
with
that
someone
ass.
who's better in bed. Make your split decisions in
Uh-oh.
3, 2, 1.
That's a tough
All
ass
right,
question.
go ahead and turn around. So Jen, after the breakup, there was
Yeah.
someone else who was even better.
So like when I was with him, like that's the best I ever had. But then like when we broke up, like I was with someone that like really loved me, like really like just gave me everything, like in the short amount of time
That's-
that like
Yo,
for
yo,
8 years
yo,
I couldn't even feel with him.
I couldn't even stomach this question right here. Yeah, I mean I guess it's life. I'll say it like that. It's life. But you getting that question and then you got to sit there and you got listen, look at him. He's like why the hell am I hearing this right now? Like some people can't stomach that, you know? I mean, I'll take it on the chin. I would. I don't have at certain times I don't have any filter, but at the same time it's like I get it. I can understand your situation on your end and stuff like that. And times change, but you know, I would take that on the chin or whatever, like, cause some people can't handle that, you know. He looking down and stuff like, oh man, like I was that guy. Yeah, you was that guy. But she said she found better, and you know, I ain't going into detail after that.
So that's why I think that their sex was better in the sense that it was like love. But I think that's what I was missing from him was like I couldn't receive love the way that he gave.
Did you feel that
That's
way too
explainable.
during the sex? Like you couldn't give your love?
I thought I gave my all, 100% of it, because that's all I knew. So I gave my 100. Yeah.
Okay, Victor, how do you feel that she's standing on yes right now, that yes, she had a better experience since you?
I mean, good for you. That's awesome. Yeah. I feel like we were always pretty sex positive, so I think if you're out there having great sex, like I'm not gonna hold it against you. It would be weird to expect her to only have bad sex after the fact, you know? I feel like I kind of pushed you to date other people. initially.
He kind of really did. I had a very negative view on relationships after we broke up because I was like just completely shattered and all my thoughts and beliefs were pretty much destroyed. He's like, you're young, you're single, like get out there, meet people, like leave your house. We were together for 2
Wow, like damn, like homie, you was like that. You were if she's saying it like that, then yeah, you practically just told her, yeah, go find some other dick, you know? Oh my God, find some other penis to go ride on or whatever like that, you know? That's probably pretty much what you practically just told her.
2 years and we broke up in July of 2021.
I started feeling like I wasn't wanting to be in a relationship anymore, so I broke up with her.
Yeah.
Really?
The next prompt is, I never fully trusted my ex when we were together. Make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, go ahead and turn around.
Wow. It's like half and half.
So, Ray, you never fully trusted Mia when you were together.
So the second time that we dated, it was poly, and it started off with me being a secret to one of her other partners. So I didn't know that I existed, and then once found out that I existed, didn't know why I was in Mia's life, i.e. we were dating. So it just made me feel like anyone that she brought around, I didn't fully trust that they knew who I was and why I was around. For whatever reason, Mia felt like she couldn't tell this person about me.
Mia, how do you feel about that?
This Friday, are you alone?
It's nice, the silence.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. I mean, it was kind of a weird situation because they had kind of like asked not to be privy to those things, and we were poly at the time. That was like her kind of preference with things, so I just like didn't bring it up.
But I was like your main, so it wasn't like we were just hooking up. You were like literally my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she was the side. You know what I'm saying? Not to like break down polyamorous relationships like that, but like you were my girlfriend, like I was your partner, and then she was just someone that was a branch
that was
of
just
other
there.
relationships.
But did this other person know that? Did you communicate that to them?
Yes. Yeah, everyone knew. Like
not everyone.
She knew you existed. She just didn't know like who you were because she didn't want to know. Like
I don't know, man. It's
navigate
over.
that.
You don't even speak anymore, so it's chill, dude.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Luna, so the trust wasn't fully ever there.
In the beginning it was, and then there was an incident where I was using his phone as a flashlight, and a girl texted him saying,
I'm not even gonna lie, she looked like she's so innocent, but she probably not. And well, never mind. I was gonna say it don't just look like he's her type, but I can actually see that though. I can actually see that being her type.
come cuddle. And he swore that nothing sexual had happened to cause that. And whether I told myself I believed him or not, I just never could really come back from it.
Anything you want to say to that?
Yeah, so like that was out of the blue for me as well. That was my girl best friend at the time. But no, yeah, it was a random come cuddle, and she knew that I was with Luna, and like it was just like a
Dane said
thing
she was doing it on purpose
Yeah,
to try,
I think she was
like, so
doing
I
it
could
on
see it
purpose.
and get jealous to try and get at me.
So if you felt that way, then why was the trust gone though?
Oh no.
Oh no, that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's what
that
Dane
was my
was saying.
story.
Oh, I see.
True story.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I feel like that could have been part of it, but I didn't know if that was the whole story.
How come you don't believe him when he says that?
Something probably happened there. I don't know. But even if it didn't, like the fact that someone had
sure
felt
it
comfortable
didn't?
enough to text him that while she knew he was dating me still made me uncomfortable.
And I could see why her trust was gone. My trust for her would have been gone if the tables were turned, you know?
Hold on. This is getting kind of spicy. Take a second right now to smash that like button. And if you're really enjoying yourself, how about that subscribe button too while you're at it? And let's get back into it. The next prompt is, I've recently cried thinking about my ex. Make your split decisions in 3,
Oh, there's
2,
gonna be some yeses.
1.
I knew he was gonna say yes. I knew he would.
We recently cried over Jen, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your
I mean,
first.
like, it's not just one time. It was like multiple times since replaying this.
Of course, let it out, man. Just let it out. You know, once you get that first one, you know, hey. Once she gone, you know, like I said, I took mine on the chin a couple of times. You know, I cried for about like a week, off and on. You know, went to work. You know, did all that stuff. I mean, I went through it too. You know, it's life. Once you get that, you know, get that first one off, and you have her, and you held her for probably like years and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, you break it off and everything like that. Yeah, that shit hurt. And then it was like afterwards, it's just like what him and his, you know, his ex is up here talking about right now. It was off and on for a little bit, but hey, you know, eventually it just ended up being something that just wasn't working on with no more.
Scenarios. It's like shattering, like you had hopes and dreams of something that would, be like the end, but it's not. And then like every time that I think about it, it's just like heartbreaking.
How about you?
Well, I all the time, so probably like last week or something.
Oh, she cried about him too.
We always try to talk about like getting back together because like we're like almost 30 now. Like we should have like a family and kids, or I mean like it's expected of me to have family and kids. But then I feel like there's so much things that are just broken and dented in our relationship that
you don't know if it's gonna be
salvageable. Go
salvageable.
well, even though I want it to go well. So if I never like messed up in the past, or if I never like took him for granted, then we would probably still be together.
As y'all have like observed, I'm mostly like in the wrong in our relationship. Pretty much, I was really lazy, and I could have done a lot of things differently. So whenever
You
I
look
think
like
about
the
how
lazy
happy
type,
I
too.
was in our relationship and how I was really like not the.
I don't want to be pausing it all the time, but I'm just saying, like, he being straight up with it. He seems like he's the lazy type. He seems like he's too freaking chill for me. Too chill. She seems like she wants him to give her the world. Do everything. Even if it's just the bare minimum. Even though it's not the minimum, but she expected some stuff out of him, but he couldn't even like give it to her and everything like that. Like I could see, like you could see that in her eyes. Like she wanted him to go all out and just be that guy, but it wasn't turning in that favor because he got lazy. He's a lazy type. He's always in chill mode and everything, and I can tell like he's like one of the ones that's in chill mode. So I get it. It makes perfect sense.
The best. Makes me, tear up, cry.
At least he admits he's wrong.
Knowing that he's this emotional about this.
I feel bad, I guess. I mean, honestly, I feel neutral over it. I hate that he still gets upset about it, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The next prompt is, I loved my ex more than they loved me. Make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, y'all. All right. Got some
Okay,
yeses and
go
some
ahead
no's.
and turn around.
Ooh.
So mine, you loved Jen more than she loved you.
There were things that she did that showed me that she doesn't love me. She's like a word of affirmations kind of person, but even though the words say that, she loves me, it doesn't show it. The disrespect, the mistrust, yeah.
I mean, I thought I knew what love was. I thought I loved him, but of course, like if you love someone, you don't really go and do that. And I would say like now I feel like I appreciate and love him more. So roles have been reversed now, but before it was definitely him loving me a lot more.
Priscilla, you loved him more than he loved you during the relationship?
He initially pursued me, and then as we got more and more into it, I mean, he's the one who broke up with me, so obviously I loved him more. At that point, he was mine forever. I never saw anybody else but him. For
like
me.
the one?
Yeah, he was just the one.
Victor, did you know that she felt that you were the one?
Yeah, she would say it all the time.
Dang, dude.
No,
Like she
you know
told
what?
you
I
that and
learned,
you still...
something about myself in that relationship.
At least
That
he
was
was being
that I'm
honest with
not
himself.
that much of a relationship person. It was like tough to reconcile because while we were in it, it felt like this is such a good relationship. This is so solid. Like this is somebody that I should have in my life forever. But it still wasn't like satisfying on the inside. Like I still didn't feel like I wanted to be in a relationship.
So you haven't been in a relationship since?
Since we broke up, I haven't dated anybody.
But no, he's definitely the kind of person where mid-conversation, he's like, I'm done with this conversation. And that's how I felt a long time about our relationship, that he just woke up and was like, yeah, I'm good about this now.
How did that feel when you discovered that? When you felt that from him, like, oh, he's done?
I remember specifically when I felt it. It was about 3 months before we broke up because we went to the movies and I went to hold his hand and it was the first time he didn't hold it back. And I just instinctively knew that like something was off. And then 2 days after my birthday, that's when he decided.
Luna, Dane, you both say yes, you both loved each other more. Dane, let's start with you.
you know, in a relationship, you're physical with your partner. You tell them that they're cute,
You,
amazing, that you love them. You always reassure them how much they mean to you. And I never got any of that from Luna, which made me really
that is
like.
a lie.
Apparently that's a lie, but that's how I felt, and it just like threw me off in our relationship for sure.
I tried to say positive things to you, but if you didn't hear them, that's.
What was it you didn't hear? Like
things that made me feel appreciated or important, you know.
And so, why do you say yes, Luna?
Actions speak louder than words. I feel like I made more sacrifices for our relationship, and I just don't like felt like I didn't feel like my energy was matched by Dane.
I think they both have like different love languages because I feel like you probably have words of affirmation, so you need that, and then so that's probably what she you thought she was lacking because that's how me and I
was also gonna say that we both have different perspectives of love, and it's just like it doesn't work because we can't give each other what we each other need, you know.
You like telling me you love me and I'm beautiful doesn't equate to me asking you for help in a certain area of our relationship. And like over and over and over again.
I definitely feel like I made sacrifices that went unnoticed in our relationship still, and you still don't even notice them.
What kind of sacrifices?
Like
moving all the way from Florida to live in Alabama so she could be closer to her family. And
you're the one who like you wanted to move in together the most. You wanted to make that move initially.
I think you wanted to make the move the most, but I don't want to do this right now.
This is the place to do it. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm the one who got the apartment. I went and worked, and I
didn't go work at all or make any money or put in or contribute to any of that.
I know you did a lot, but I just felt like I did feel like I was doing more.
Did you feel like you were doing more?
I didn't feel like I was doing more. I felt like we were equally like striving for something.
You felt like it was equal?
I feel like it was equal for a while there, but until I realized that she didn't feel the same way, and then I stopped trying as hard.
I see.
You got lazy.
A man is dead.
Like I said.
To us, we're the police, but we're a lot nicer.
Yeah, like I said, he got lazy.
You want to share your experience?
There was a period of time where I would literally bend over backwards for you and like
Camille
run across
ain't
all the
bad
seas
now.
to like make you happy, and I didn't feel any
nice.
of that back. I like thinking about it right now. I can't think of a single thing that you ever did for me that was specifically like for me, like just to make me happy. I think you loved how much I loved you more than you actually loved me. I didn't feel loved by you until, honestly, like recently.
I don't know, it felt like too little too late for me. Like by the time you were like open and willing to like put in effort like that, like I was already kind of like checked out, like.
Yeah. That entire time though, I didn't feel any love from you. Like you actually forced me not to say I love you the first time I wanted to say it, because you could like see that I wanted to say it, and you were like, hey, don't say that. So that I didn't say it.
You didn't want Ray to say I love you?
I don't even remember how many months in that went, but it was like really quick. So I felt like it was soon.
Do you remember, actually?
Yeah, it was like only a couple months in, I want to say.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know, I was a different person back then.
Yeah.
But you felt the love.
Yeah, I felt like, I genuinely felt like I loved you. Honestly, I think we only dated for so long because we were attracted to each other. Like, everything else was like fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would agree.
Glad we settled that.
Yep.
The next prompt is, I made significant sacrifices in our relationship that went unnoticed and unappreciated.
That's what they just got
Make
off
your split
of.
decision in
with
3,
the other one.
2, 1.
There's gonna be some yeses.
Go ahead and turn around.
I know he gonna say yes. I knew she was gonna
Jennifer,
say yes too.
What were some of those things that you did?
Like he's just not really used to his parents telling him I love you and all that. So then I feel like the way that I cared about him, it was just very unnoticed because he didn't really read how I give love the same way. Like you don't tell me that I'm pretty, or you don't tell me that you enjoy being with me. We hang out and I'll be like, oh my God, I really want to hang out with you. And he's like, we have been hanging out, but then we're just like in our room, like doing nothing. I just felt like he didn't really care of how much love I gave him.
I mean, our love languages are completely opposite. I grew up with like a household that, you know, them saying sorry to me is like, hey, you wanna go eat kind of thing. So it's like never those words. So I'm not used to it. And so it's really hard. It's like she's speaking Spanish, I'm speaking Chinese, and we're trying to like, you know, communicate. It's not easy, you know? I like at that time,
really?
like there's no way to recognize it. We weren't mature enough. We didn't know anything until now.
Dane, so you made significant sacrifices that you felt went unnoticed.
Most definitely, like just all of the love that I gave her, honestly, that I feel like it went unnoticed and unappreciated because like it's just, it was more materialistic from her end. I felt like I had to do more things in order for her to notice what I had to offer.
Yeah, but the question was like, what did you sacrifice for our relationship that I didn't appreciate?
Me moving all the way from Florida just to come live with you in Alabama.
But that was something you told me you wanted to do.
Because you said you wanted me to do it, and I made that sacrifice to be away from my family so you could stay with yours.
Wow.
And it didn't mean anything to you.
It did, and that's why I tried so hard to keep everything we had going. And
I didn't know she had tattoos on her hand like
by that time, that's when our relationship definitely started to fail, and that's when I feel like you stopped caring as much. Maybe, I mean, you might have been depressed because you moved away, and I understand that. I get that, but...
And you didn't bother to be there for me or ask me if I was okay at all.
I did all the time. You didn't.
No, you were always just
going
nagging
deep cuts
to do
deep
things.
Cuts.
You felt like the move was a big enough sacrifice, was to show your love.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And like, I put us on this really dope catering gig, and I got us both these dope jobs.
Just because you moved to where I was doesn't mean you don't have to uphold your end of the relationship anymore.
And I still upheld my end of the relationship. You just stopped noticing me.
8 Sleep Podcast. It's a liquid-cooled mattress topper that is clinically proven to give you better sleep. So let me tell you why I love it so much. First off, it's just super...
Okay, I don't want to get like into an argument, but...
See, like that's every time I bring, like I could sit here and apologize for my parts in the relationship all day long and notice everything that I didn't like do for you.
You take
but
accountability.
anytime that I bring up like something I felt in the relationship, you say you don't want to argue and that I'm wrong and that I'm not. I didn't
say you're wrong.
You pretty much are. You can say it without saying it.
I'm sorry.
Like sorry,
I'm sorry you didn't feel
your picture
appreciated.
perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Luna, so like what specifically were like these, like the adult things that you wanted him to do that he wasn't doing?
Yeah, I want to know
It was
too.
simple things like, can you wash your clothes? Can you pick up after yourself? Can you, after you finish cooking, can you help clean up?
But it was like such a thing,
wasn't
like
even-
like I could like finish like a bowl of cereal and put the cereal bowl in the sink and just run to the bathroom real quick. 'Cause, you know, it's hard to do things when you gotta use the bathroom. And she'd immediately be like, "You didn't wash your freaking dishes," and that just like
This
was
kind of
so,
stuff just
super
happened
annoying.
so many
It's
times.
just, like,
That's
such
by
a
the
quick
time
thing,
it was
like-
like, yeah, it was just, I was over it. It was just always up to me to make sure that things got done. And I feel like that was unsaid in our relationship, but that was the way it was.
In your mind, that's the way it was.
So Ray, you made some significant sacrifices that you felt were unappreciated, unnoticed.
Yes. When we started dating, we lived like 45 minutes away from each other, and I would drive to you every weekend. You came to my apartment once, like 6 months we were together at that time. I flew from overseas to see you, spent like $23,000 or $2,300 on a plane ticket, and you felt like you were doing me a favor by not charging me rent for the month that I was staying with you, even though I just paid like over $2,000 to come see you.
No, I appreciate you for driving that much. Like, I'll admit I didn't like your apartment. I didn't like driving.
I think it's less about me doing it than how you're responding to me doing it. Like, I never felt appreciated.
And Mia, you're on yes as well. You also feel like you made significant sacrifices that weren't appreciated?
I think like emotional labor.
No, I'm about to say, she about to say
No idea what you're
emotional.
talking about. I honestly cannot imagine a single sacrifice you made for our relationship. Is this about our intimacy?
Yeah.
That's not a sacrifice.
No, but it is though, because it's like it was like either it's gonna happen your way or it's not gonna happen at all. Bottoming is like not something I want to do all the time, and like I had to in order to be intimate with you, and there was no like equalness to that whatsoever. And I like.
No, well, she's like standing on business. She don't like being on the bottom. She like doing the poking. Oh my God. I'm not even gonna make fun of it because that's their dynamic. Because they're lesbians and all that. And it's like, when it comes up to being in a lesbian relationship, you have more females tend to that like females. From a lesbian standpoint, they like to be the top person. not too many females that actually volunteer to be gay. They don't actually sit up there and just be like, oh, I want to be the bottom or whatever like that, unless they actually, it depends on how they brought up. It depends on how they brought up. Now, I can't imagine her wanting to be a top all the time. I can't imagine her to be, because she kind of like a little bit on the feminine side and everything like that, you know. All the feminine energy glistening off her body and all that. But yeah. Besides that, it just seems like she would be a bottom. But she's willing to work with her, you know, to do the, you know, to do both. But she's making claims that, you know, she don't want to sit up there. She want to stay top all the time, you know. So that's why she's kind of like, you know, conflicted in an emotional standpoint. But that's not really a sacrifice. Well, to the other is saying that, you know, to the other ex is saying that it's not a sacrifice, but she's actually like holding that dear to her heart, that she really like poured her heart out to her, to doing something that she didn't want to do, which she just recently just said that a while ago. You know, she don't want to be on the bottom, but she's not really recognizing, you know, her ex is not really recognizing that the fact that she's just sitting up here, she's being a bottom, something that she don't normally do and everything like that. And I'm like, wow, this is like weird. Like, you're giving off like bottom vibes, but you know, and the way you dress and everything, yes, you like you could be a bottom, but no, you strictly top. You like to get the poking, you like to strap up, so to speak, you know. But man, this is like a different dynamic with her and, you know, with the lesbian couple.
Was trying to be respectful of the fact that like you weren't comfortable with your body at the time, which is why I did it. But I'm saying that's like a lot of emotional labor to like go through.
The intimacy, yeah, I'm sorry. I just can't see it that way, because I had such like gender confusion. It was insane. And what was going on inside of my brain and how I felt about myself was worlds larger than anything that you could have been experiencing, because you couldn't go down on me. I'm being honest. Like, there's no way in the world that you felt as intensely about that as I felt as intensely about how shitty I felt about my body.
You're literally telling me that how I felt about it doesn't matter because it pales in comparison to your journey with it.
It's not that it doesn't matter, but what are you sacrificing from not topping me?
Okay, like imagine not being able to top someone that you love. You're a top.
Yeah.
It was like my first queer relationship, and I was figuring things out. And so it was like my identity and my room for growth was not a thing that could happen because of like exterior circumstances, and that sucked for me. And I felt like you only wanted me to be a very specific version of myself that was in the way that you could have it. And I had to put everything that I was to the side to accommodate that. Does that make sense?
Is it because, sorry, are you saying that like who you became wasn't someone that I wanted to be with?
Yeah.
And seeing the thing about it, it makes sense to me, but then it's not really making sense to her, which is, I don't want to say it's crazy, because some people have a different logical sense than others. Not everybody is the same. So, I mean, it make me, I like to see through, things, transparent. But the thing about it is, I know I can tell with her. I get it. I get that part. But it's just the ex is not really budging on that and everything.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, fully. I think the same thing for you to me. So.
Strangers Chapter 1.
Oh, come on.
The next prompt is, I wish my ex and I were still
that's
together.
The big question.
Make your split decisions in 3,
That's a big
2,
question.
1.
I know the other two couple down on
Okay.
this end.
Go ahead and
they're gonna
turn
be
around.
saying no. Well, one's only saying no.
You know, Dan, I'm a little surprised to see you on no after this conversation today.
Yeah, I know. I changed my mind today.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know, just like coming out here with like my own intentions and like just realizing that I'm pretty like stupid for like thinking that me and her would ever have a chance again. And just the way, seeing that the way both of us interact together this whole trip just makes me not want to be together with her anymore.
How do you feel about that?
Be cool
I
with
agree.
it.
We just don't mesh well anymore. Yeah.
What you came here today hoping for what?
I came on this whole trip with Luna just to make her happy. Hopefully that like she would notice that I care enough to spend time with her and do stuff that she wants to do.
So that maybe you could get back together?
Yeah. But there's no happening with that, so I'm just like accepting it now and standing on no. Yeah.
You say yes, you want to get back together?
If there were a maybe, I would say maybe, but there's a lot to work on. We can relate to each and everyone's story a little bit. A lot of it is a lot about communication. I do something for her, she doesn't acknowledge it, right? So I feel like whatever I'm doing is just worthless,
What do you
right?
do for me though that I don't acknowledge it? I feel like I always acknowledge everything.
I should have ended it, but I didn't know any better. And so we kind of dragged it on further than we should.
And if you could just get the love languages right, you think you could be together?
Yeah. And the infidelity, yeah.
I think so, because I feel like everyone here, like the reason why we're not together is because like everyone's communication is so different.
Yeah.
Like it's just so like prominent. You did love me. You just loved me in the way that I couldn't even like realize. And then I loved you, but then you didn't care about everything that I did verbally for you, like me wanting to know where your whereabouts. He thought I was nagging him the whole time. I'm like, no, I just want to know where you are. Like, just let me know so I can like just feel safe.
So you're both trying to change that to be back together?
I mean, I want to, but I don't know. I feel like you're not really ready for that conversation or something yet.
She was my best friend. She was my girlfriend, my best friend, and pretty much my family, but kind of shattered that. So it's kind of hard to rebuild.
But you said yes, so.
Yeah, I mean, like there's always room,
chance.
you know? There's always room, but it's not gonna happen overnight kind of thing. I still need to work on myself.
The next prompt is, I believed we would spend the rest of our lives together. Make your split decisions in 3, 2,
snap.
1.
I know a couple of couples that's gonna say yes.
Okay, go ahead and
the dude
turn
say
around.
yes. Ooh.
So Victor, you thought you would spend the rest of your life with Priscilla?
Yeah, in the beginning I did, yeah. It's like I was saying earlier, I learned over the course that we weren't quite compatible, but in the beginning I was like head over heels. I was completely in love.
Now, low key, I'm gonna call a little bit cap on this. Hear me out. How you gonna believe? He said in the beginning, yeah, but how in the world you gonna believe that? You believe that you and her were gonna be together, you know, and that's it. When deep down inside you just had a change of heart and you was like, man, I don't know, I might want to see other people or whatever. And I'm pretty sure he said it just like that too. But that's pretty much. Yep. So I don't know. That's crazy to even think about that and just be like, yeah, I want to, you know, I believe we should still, you know, we should be together. And then you say this after the fact that you like, I want to see other people. Like,
she said it herself. I pursued her, so just.
Yeah, why you let it go, man?
Just couldn't get over myself, I guess.
I think it's from the moment I saw him, like he literally took my breath away. And then when we got into a relationship, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've always wanted. Like, this is the exact relationship I've always dreamt of having. And we always had that honest communication. And he kept it through to the end because I said, you know, just always be honest with me. And he was when he said that this wasn't something that he wanted to do or be in anymore. So he's still one of my best friends. And I will always have love for him. I'm not in love with him anymore, but that love I have for him will never cease.
Mia, so you thought you two were going to spend the rest of your lives together?
Yeah, I mean, I was like young, I was like 19. I was a baby.
That's wild.
Sure.
Like, I do hope to spend the rest of my life with you. You know, like I hope that
homies.
Yeah, I hope that we're homies for like a real long time. Like I hope that I get to be at your wedding and you get to be at mine, and like I don't know, I really appreciate you in my life. So.
Aw. So Luna, you never felt like Dane was the person I'd be spending the rest of my life with?
I felt like we may have ended up being together for a very long time, but I just couldn't really see myself with anyone forever. I don't know. And then once we neared the end of our relationship, it became more clear that we weren't compatible living together, so it was obvious.
You started getting lazy.
I mean, yeah, of course, I thought we were gonna, spend the rest of our lives together. I don't really spend enough time with people unless that's like my goal.
I think relationships can still be important and not have to end in marriage or, lifelong companionship.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The next prompt is, my ex has a quality that will be really hard to find in someone else. Make your split decision in 3, 2, 1.
Your child needs these three key factors to get into an Ivy League or top 25 university. And it's not having...
Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Well, Luna just has her own qualities about her that, like every other human does. So I'm not looking for qualities that Luna had in other people anyways. So I say no.
Yeah.
Mia, what qualities did Ray have that you don't feel like you can find in anyone else?
You're a really dope person. I'm glad that I found you and have you in my life. And I don't think anyone could fill the specific spot that you fill in my life. It's not oh, I could just put another friend in your spot.
I hate that I stepped on no. It's the truth. No, it's still how I feel. I don't want you to think that you're not special or anything like that, because you definitely are a good person and someone that came into my life and changed it in a net positive, honestly, even though we went through so much. But I thought that when we broke up, I would never find anyone that I got along with so well, and then I did.
Yeah.
So it was proof to me that it's great that you're here, but if you weren't, I think I'd be okay, which I'm sure that you would also be okay.
Yeah, it's not on a romantic level that I stepped here.
I appreciate that you're really supportive.
I think with Victor, he just created this quality of making me feel so safe and comfortable. He was I felt so comfortable anytime he would do this really reassuring thing when we would walk through a crowd. He would always place his hand towards the back of my neck to kind of guide me in a way, and it was so subtle. I don't even know if you remember, but I think about that when I'm in big crowds, and it's I haven't found that sense of where I'm with someone and I'm oh, I can just be.
It's amazing.
I think Priscilla's probably the kindest person that I've ever met. She's unbelievably nice, even to people that are mean to her, which is probably not a good thing, but she's super nice. She's incredibly hardworking. I've seen it personally, the things that she's done to go out of her way to take care of her family. She takes incredible care of our dog. That dog eats better than I do. Yeah, she's just somebody that you can lean on, rely on. Yeah.
That's no.
Has he never told you this?
Get her crying.
You think I'm cool? That's awesome.
I didn't say cool.
Okay, well, maybe not cool. You think I'm kind.
Okay, the next prompt is, I'm ready to ask you in this studio right now, will you take me back? Okay, everyone, make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1.
I know.
Okay, everybody,
I know the
go
dude
ahead and turn
in
around.
the middle and her. I know they saying no. Whoa.
I tried.
Some people are relieved, oh, thank God. Not on camera, oh my God.
This whole trip, I kind of learned that both of us have grown into two completely different people in the last 9 months.
Definitely on different paths, neither of them negative, just it makes it clear to why we broke up.
I think it was kind of eye-opening because I feel like everyone are exes here because they don't see eye to eye at all. And that was really the downfall of everything with us too.
It's interesting to see how solid our friendship is, all this time later. It's cool to just have all these questions kind of reaffirm it.
Well, that's all we had time for today.
All right. Well. Oh, so they did another one like that too. Okay, cool. But yeah, that was actually pretty interesting. That was actually pretty dope. So, oh boy, at that time, kind of a little long-winded on this one, but hey, just trying out new things and seeing where it leads up to. But other than that, if you made it this far, I appreciate you very much. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button with the notification bell lit. Comment your thoughts. Share. I'm out this thing. See y'all in the next video. I appreciate you all. Let's try to get to 2K before the end of this year. If we get more than 2K, then hey, more power to each other, you know? I'm out this thing. Peace.